See, this is sad to come across. Hello friends, it is Robyn. We're gonna clean this closet. Look at how messy that is. And we're also going to talk how clutter affects us, especially during hormone issues or whatever, like pregnancy, especially perimenopause, where I am, and even postmenopause, how all of it is. Now, let me show you around. As you can see, my house is messy, and look at this closet. It's not that bad compared to some other areas of the house, but I thought it'd be great to do this because this is where my window washing equipment is, and the weather just started getting good, so I want to do a bit of window washing. So as a woman with ADHD, one of the things that helps me the most is putting my AirPods in so I can listen to music or a podcast or whatever. Even if we're chatting, I will do that. So get your Walkmans on and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is to just pick some things off the floor. It's not that bad, but there's one thing in here that I really, really don't like, and that is school supplies. It's a whole thing. So let's get started. So every time I am working on the floor, I'm like, I have got to go and get something to kneel on. So as usual, I grab the fleece blanket. I'll get rid of my slippers because that's just cumbersome. Okay.
So I wanted to talk about hormones and clutter because there's a lot of evidence that clutter affects everyone, whether or not people realize it, some much more than others. And quite often women are affected more by clutter than men are. There have been studies that have shown that correlated cortisol levels have gone up. They go up much more in women than they do in men in a cluttered environment.
One of the things I love about this closet is that we put these hooks up. Now, they are great for putting like things with handles. This is the thing I'm going to show you after. This is not sponsored either. I just really like it. And you just like push it in. You can see it better over here with this, which is actually like a mop, e-cloth mop. I don't really use it. So I probably could declutter that. And then this is the mop that I really like, the Velita Spin Mop.
So in addition to clutter affecting women more than men, women also have more drastic hormone shifts over the month if you're menstruating, over your life, if you're human. So, like we start with puberty, then there's pregnancy. You can see me just like chattering away as I'm like going through these bags. I had a lot of bags as an aside, so I had to decide which ones to keep and which ones I loved. However, I just want to say, so if you think about it, number one, we are more affected by clutter. And number two, we go through greater hormone shifts in our lives.
Here's another box, but it's smaller. This one's really good if we're going on like a road trip and we want to take some snacks. Let me know if you can relate to this. So when I was a kid, we did a ton of road trips, and there were only a couple of times where I feel like my mom made sandwiches before we went, because we would always stop in this town that was halfway and get McDonald's, because there was not a McDonald's in the town where I lived. And I think once or twice my grandma had sent like sandwiches home with us from their house in Calgary. But what's funny is, like, I hated it then. Now, if I'm going away, like if we're even just going over to Vancouver and I take like the float plane or the ferry, I am so happy if I have a sandwich and then I can like sit and eat that sandwich even at the hotel. Can you relate to that? Like, is that a grown-up thing? If you can get this for yourself, Sun Bum. Oh, it smells so good. I'm pretty sure Amazon smells it. I'll link it. Oh, I love it. It's old though. Okay, let's clean up the school supplies. Arr.
So if you are like me and in a perimenopausal phase, which is just a massively long period of time where our hormones are shifting, and you maybe have kids that are growing up. So for me, I have 3 teen boys. One is about to turn 19. So he left and that was hard. Here I am going through these school supplies and yeah, like I'm reminded of certain things. Like you saw me maybe holding goggles up earlier. That was from when our kids were in this swim club. So clutter bothers us more. We go through more hormonal shifts than men. Yet we also quite often women maybe feel kids leaving more than men or not, but regardless, we're maybe more resistant to letting stuff go. That's a problem right there.
See, this is sad to come across my son's, who's now an adult and just signed his first lease for his first apartment. Finding his stickers with his name, and it's just like little space stuff, and oh my gosh, like just all over. Oh. It's crazy they grow up, but that's the thing about this channel. Okay, funny, irrelevant things in here. These are handy though for school supplies. But the thing about this channel is I made this channel for those of us who are now reclaiming our own time. And for me, I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my home, and my kids are not babies anymore, which I miss that time, but I'm also really, really grateful for not having to do that. Like our teenage boys are so fun. So yes, it is so heartbreaking and so sad to come across stuff like that. And to be like, oh, like he just signed his first lease. But at the same time, it's just so exciting to be just like creating this home that is just lightening the load. So, but I still have 2 kids in school, and I'm very grateful for that. They're just hilarious and so fun. And we need to go through these school supplies. So, graphing paper.
What stage of life you are at, though, you might be affected and sort of feeling like a pull in 2 directions. Like number 1, the clutter is stressing you out because first of all, like clutter is not good for anybody. It really affects a lot of our mental health just overall. It increases stress. It increases cortisol levels in men and women. Yet we go through like these huge shifts in our lives. And for me, I am telling you, it is a really, really strange situation to be like, I am a minimalist and I have been decluttering forever. And recognizing that we needed to declutter our home again because clutter comes in and there's maintenance decluttering, and I got very busy with work and all of that. So like I said before, like reclaiming my time, reclaiming my home, and just sort of like taking space for when maybe your hormones are acting up or when you are having a hard time. Maybe you are postmenopausal, but there are stressful things happening because, like more people, might be getting sick. It's just a situation. So I really recommend all of us look at how clutter in our homes is affecting us, because it does. And that, as a woman with hormones, it's going to affect you. So I am very excited to introduce you guys to my little window washer here. Now you put Dawn soap in and you need it really frothy. I have to show you this. It is not sponsored. I just and there are issues with it. I'm going to show you, but just enjoy this nice moment. Here is a quick little crumpet intermission as he sleeps in his banana box. And then he does literally the cutest thing in the world. I just love him. Anyway.
Okay, so this is the Aquablade, not sponsored. I'm just showing you because I like it. It's a good way to get some windows cleaned. So I need to prepare the bucket. So what you need to use is like a super sudsy water. And I just use Dawn. And I try whatever I can to make it sudsy, like every time. So this time I thought, okay, I'll try like the shower mode. And then you use like the scrubber thing. on the window. So I'm gonna go and do that. It's bright. It's so funny because it's like, my husband's just getting home. Okay, it's so bright. It's so funny because it's spring, right? So spring is just like, well, I don't know, where I live, it's like sun, shade, sun, shade. See, the shade feels like it's coming. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do today is we're just going to do these front two windows because I just realized my husband is going to pressure wash soon. And that just makes the house so messy. He's gonna have to do it soon because our well runs out of water. And there are all these flies, which is weird. But anyway, so what I do is I am going to dip in here. And I've got sandals on, which that makes sense. And you want the suds. You don't really want water, you want the suds. So I often use this drain, and sandals not good. My only issue with this darn thing is the handle. It will not stay extended. Like, you can kind of do it if you hold it, but I can't do it there, otherwise it's a little unreliable. My friend Rachel, she lent me hers initially, and I felt so bad because I was like, oh my gosh, like the handle, see, look, like it quote broke, but it actually happened when I ordered my own. But I love the system though. So I'm gonna do that, give it a good scrub. I'll show you, and then you start seeing like how that needs it. The frame. So this is the actual blade. Let me see. Oh yeah, I don't need to switch it. And then you want to keep it like vertical as possible. And then it collects in there. In that part, isn't that fun? It actually makes cleaning windows kind of enjoyable. And my husband, he just got home. He probably would take this over if I wasn't doing a video. Actually, the one thing is the lines. It's like any squeegee. I'm gonna do this on the inside window too, because you'll see in my office why I wanted to get it done today. So then it like collects there, but just pour it out. There we go. Isn't that freaking easy and fun? Okay, let's do the office window and then we'll do the inside.
Taking care of just like little things like this around the house feels really good. And yes, like decluttering, even though it is a strange time with the kids growing up, and sometimes it feels super sad. Most of the time, though, I have to say it does feel kind of good. Like we really are reclaiming things. Right there where I'm scrubbing, there were some kitty nose prints. But anyway, yeah, it feels really good just to and you can see my son's in the background just like doing whatever. And yeah, we're just having a good time, just taking care of the house, because that is taking care of ourselves. It's taking, and really, no matter what, if you're hormonal or not, it feels good.
So much nicer. And I can't wait to do the rest of them. So I will bring you guys along for the ride if you want. I think you're gonna love this video. I hope something amazing happens for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time.